Hello Year 5, Mr. Bristow here, and welcome to Thursday's tutorial on week 8 for the yellow group. Let's get started today with listening to me read my Waggle version of Hercules' 13th trial. So today we're going to explore my 13th trial of Hercules, which might feature a character that some of you know. So before we get started, I'm going to read it to you. Hera summoned Hercules to kneel before her as she sat on a cold, iron throne situated in the middle of the great hall. Hercules felt his stomach tighten as a knowing smile spread across Hera's menacing face. Surely she couldn't give him another trial. He tried to shake the thought from his head, but within minutes his fate had been decided. In order to complete his 13th trial, Hercules, who was unsure he'd be able to handle any more monsters, walked along dry, dusty roads in the desert, climbed breathtakingly high mountains, and sailed majestic seas. The cave he was searching for was built into the muddy, brown rock of the cliff. The stone guarding the entrance was jagged and uneven, arranged in such a way that it would be difficult for passers-by to spot. He had one aim: to find Medusa. Medusa was a hideous creature, with claw-like hands and tusks for teeth. The monster was the most fearsome in the land. Instead of hair, Medusa had live, venomous snakes that hissed constantly. Her skin had a loathsome greenish tinge, and she had eyes more evil than a devil's. She was the loneliest and most miserable creature that ever lived. Anyone who made eye contact with her would instantly be turned to stone. Knowing that he was facing an impossible mission, Hercules, who had normally feared nothing, prayed to Athena for help. Surprisingly, the gods heard his prayers and granted him an array of gifts. These were a razor-sharp sword, a brightly polished shield, and a sack for the monster's head. Hercules, who was now feeling more confident about his quest, set off. After a long and difficult journey, Hercules eventually arrived at Medusa's gloomy, death-filled lair. Courageously, he tiptoed to the entrance and stopped, peering and listening. A wave of terror rushed over him. All around him were stone statues of others who had tried and failed to defeat the hideous Gorgon. How could he defeat a creature that he could not even directly look at? Suddenly an idea came to him. He remembered the gifts from the gods. He crept into the open and confronted his foe. As she turned around, he raised his shield. Medusa realized the shield was reflective and wailed in anger. She was distracted. Hercules was able to get closer. Before Medusa could formulate a new plan, Hercules was able to swing his impressive sword and remove her head. With a sigh of relief, he collected the head of his foe. Positioning the head in the sack, Hercules headed to confront the evil queen. He had much time to think about how to defeat her and finish the trials once and for all. Again, he climbed breathtakingly high mountains, sailed majestic seas, and walked along dusty, dry roads in the desert. On his return, a bewildered Hera demanded to see the head. Hercules carefully opened the sack, and Hera gazed deeply into the Gorgon's eyes. In an instant, she was turned to stone. Hercules had succeeded in his final mission. So, next week, your task is going to be to write your own 13th trial. And in order to do that, you need to think, how do you want your reader to feel when you're writing it? So here we've got something we're used to. I want my reader to feel these things. I don't want my reader to feel these things. And here we have happy, angry, sad, frightened, scared, worried, interested, or curious. And your first task is to take these feelings and put them into how you do want your reader to feel and how you don't. And remember, there's not really a right or wrong answer for this. It's how you want your reader to feel after they've read your 13th trial. You've got a challenge as well. Can you add your own? So, take the time now, pause the video and complete activity 1, how you want your reader to feel. Hopefully you've done that now, and we can move on to our second activity. And this activity is sorting words that you think you can use in your writing and words that you won't use in your writing. And what I like sometimes is that some children down the middle here will put words that they might use but they might not, they're just not sure yet. So the words we have are Hercules, trial, attack, mountain, fun, power, plane, danger, bread, bow, shield, beast, bike, minotaur, train, sword, arrow, computer, guitar, staff, egg, bird, cave, shovel, poem, tree, stream, boat, sun, moon. So again, what words are you going to use? What words aren't you going to use? And if you really want to challenge yourself, you might want to add some other words from the waggle that you liked in the words that you want to use column. Again, pause the video until that's done, and then we will continue on to your third task. So task 3 is time for us to practice our description, ready for our writing next week, using our colourful semantics: who, Medusa, doing, what, describe. So who, Medusa, what's she doing? Stands still. And how am I going to describe Medusa? Probably let's go with scary. So how am I going to put that into a sentence? Well, I'm describing Medusa, so I need to say the scary Medusa stands still. So your task now is to follow using the colourful semantics and to write 5 descriptive sentences about our character of Medusa. And completing those 3 activities, the feelings, the words, the description, will really set you up for next week when you are going to write your own trial. I'm very much looking forward to seeing the work that you get up to today, and I will see you on the next tutorial.